Okay.
Welcome to the halftime show sponsored by AT&T. Well, for the United States, 2 goals, but South Korea did finish with a final goal right before the break. But Leslie, let's take a look at the highlights from the first half. We get things going in the 24th minute.
Well, Megan Rapinoe rips this in-service ball, and South Korea has to know how good Julie Ertz is on that near post run. And the fact they left her unmarked, all she has to do is get a little bit on her head. And what a goal. Julie Ertz comes up again. And I love this change of attack. Julie Ertz, again, the focal point in that 6. Kelly O'Hara recognizing she's got time and space to combine with Mallory Pugh, and look at this recognition of Kelly O'Hara going end line. Just a ball through and an unlucky touch. First touch for Alex Morgan, but how she turns and finishes it with her left foot, she is on fire.
Goals in 4 straight for Alex Morgan. And next up, we're hoping that it is not serious for Mallory Pugh. She did go down. I've confirmed with U.S. Soccer. It is that right hamstring they're concerned about. She was icing it before the break, had to be assisted off, and that would be a big loss for U.S. Soccer.
That would be huge, unfortunate, especially at the end of the first half. And South Korea, talk about moments. You're ending the first half. You cannot allow Han Cha-rin to have this space. Got 3 U.S. defenders, and what a strike. Recognizing there is off her line, and Cha-rin just blasts it with her left foot. What a goal at such a pivotal moment.
When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit more about what's going on in the women's game around the world. Don't go anywhere. Welcome to the halftime show sponsored by AT&T. After one half, the United States 2, South Korea.
With the men's players stepping up, taking part of their salaries, giving it to the women's team, that's a huge statement. That's giving positivity and confidence to other national teams around the world to step up to their federations to demand better pay, but more support and better support. But for me, for those Denmark players, as a player playing for your national team, your dream, your legacy is to play in a World Cup. So for them to all come together as a unit and stay together and make this point across, and we'll find out tomorrow if they get to play in a World Cup, but they may not get to play in a World Cup.
Yeah.
And then for women's soccer around the world, if Denmark's not able to play in this World Cup, that's unfortunate. They are such a fun upcoming team that you want to be there at the Women's World Cup.
It really gives me chills just to think Denmark is taking this stand. They may not be at a World Cup because they are fighting for what's right, and it just puts it in perspective how far the women's game has come, and it really is something I hope that they figure out. We do expect a statement from FIFA. It could come as early as tomorrow in terms of a penalty for Denmark. But
absolutely,
when we come back, we will have plenty more action. The second half is on its way. Allie Wagner, JP Delacamera will have the latest.
Well, thanks to a stunning strike before the first half whistle ended things after 45 minutes by Han Cha-rin. Allie Wagner, we now have the game.
We sure do. But I think the U.S. dominated that first half. I actually think both teams will go into the locker room and be pleased with those performances. Although the U.S. would want a clean sheet. I mean, sometimes you just can't stop moments of brilliance. And that certainly was one from Han Cha-rin.
So Lindsey Horan has come in for Andy Sullivan. That's not a surprise. We were told Andy Sullivan was going to only play 45 minutes today and then go back to her college team. Stanford, how did she look today, Andy Sullivan?
Confident coming in, and she should be confident leaving camp because that was a strong performance. I thought she was the more dominant player in midfield.
Second half is underway. South Korea have made some changes as well. Lee Mina, 7, is out, as is Che Yuri, number 16, and John Gaul is in, as is Lee Sodam. So that's 3 changes now that South Korea has made. They made one at the end of the first half. We'll see how that goal, though, changes things here. U.S. looked good, Allie. 2-0 up, going in at halftime. You would have thought confidence and not a whole lot to fix, but 2-1 changed it.
Yeah, and you almost feel for South Korea because they didn't get the advantage of that momentum that goal could have provided with going into halftime, and the U.S. will get a moment to reset and evaluate why that happened. Perhaps too much space allowed to Chon Hae-rin to bring that down and unleash that shot, but I mean, ultimately, again, it was just a player stepping up and making a big moment.
Intercepted, the ball is given away. Han Chae-rin, you know she can shoot from distance, leads it inside, and that's blocked, and it'll be cleared out of play. Be a throw in here for South Korea. Number 9 player that came out there, John Gaul, had a brief stint in 2016 with the Western New York Flash, who are now the North Carolina Courage.
And you really didn't get to see what she could bring to the table because she did suffer injuries in that season.
On that steal, Lynn Williams flying upfield. 2 teammates joining. Williams shoots it low. At least I believe she was shooting. There were 2 players making runs, but that looked like a shot more than a pass.
And there are moments when you watch Lynn Williams move, and it is a thing of beauty. And that moment was one of, she just blew away there. I think she was caught between 2 minds, whether she took a shot or set up Alex Morgan on that. She knew she had players joining in.
As Kung Gae puts this ball back into play, let's go downstairs. Jenny Taft had a conversation at halftime with Jill Ellis. What did you hear, Jenny?
Well, she pointed out to me defensively, she said the initial pressure has been good. It's that second amount of pressure that needs to be better. As for the offense, she said, I want variety on the flanks, and unfortunately, they're concerned about Mallory Pugh, guys. It is that hamstring they're worried about, and Jill pointed out, look, the surface is sticky. We are getting caught underneath it. We need to push the tempo to make sure we can stay safe out there, guys.
They are playing on turf. That's been a bone of contention with this women's team.
That's ridiculous.
Yep. Ball slotted in and took too much time. There's Morgan on that attempt. Ball put in, and that's with a bit too much on it from O'Hara, out for a goal kick.
JP, there's no reason for them to be playing on turf. You have all the stadiums in this country to choose from. Why would you put your team in this situation that could potentially cause injuries? I'm not going to guess whether or not that was the cause of Mallory Pugh's injury, but it's just not the surface these players deserve to be playing on. It's simple.
Julie Rush with one of the goals, Alex Morgan with the other for the U.S. Han Chae-rin with the goal at the end of the first half that's made this a much closer game. O'Hara stepping up. Morgan, Williams, she's in. Try to play it across that time, and then Rapinoe went down. Penalty. The U.S. will have a chance to extend the lead.
Got a good start from the U.S. in this second half, and Lynn Williams been a part of these attacks. Opts to slide that one back to Rapinoe. Rapinoe making that run all the way from that wing into the box to be an option for Williams, coming across, just goes in for that 50-50 ball, gets caught, earns her team a penalty. Now she looks to be the one to step up and capitalize.
Ji So-yeon is the player that committed the foul on Rapinoe in the box. South Korea have a player down as well, just outside of that area.
South Korea has been doing a lot of defensive work through this first 50 minutes or so. After that long travel, I mean, it's a tall order to ask of any team.
Concern for Yoon Duk-yeol. His team has played well tonight, you'd have to say. After 50 minutes, they're in the game. They may be down by 2 after this. We'll see. But they've done a good job. And it's Kim Ha-young who's the player that will be stretchered off. We'll see if South Korea has already made a decision. Didn't see an official signal from them. Nobody is up by the 4th official at the moment. But now it's going to be Rapinoe to take this penalty kick. A chance to make it 3-1.
And sometimes when you're taking penalties and you have this much time to think, it can get in your head.
Very long time. They're going to allow the sub before the penalty kick. They are going to allow it. Jung Chung will come in. So Rapinoe's had probably a couple of minutes to think about this. Same with the goalkeeper. On that whistle, Rapinoe with the strike, and it's 3-1. Her 34th international goal.
Unfitting enough that she's the one who earns this. Trying to make a play on that loose ball in the box, gets taken down by USWNT and then steps up, makes the young goalkeeper pay for it. Knows she's gonna take a guess, gamble on it, try to make a big play, and she just rifles that one down the center.
So for the second time tonight, South Korea trails by 2 against the U.S. Jung Chung left it off on this left side, too far away from Han Chae-in. Rapinoe's goal gives the U.S. that 2-goal cushion again.
And perhaps we don't talk about it enough, but I think about Megan Rapinoe and how she was put on that Olympic team, even though she wasn't fully recovered from her knee injury. And now kind of a re-emergence of her best form of her career, perhaps. Credit to that mentality.
Rapinoe left it off. Jung Chung with the interception. Jung Chung into the middle. Long ball left. Han Chae-in, we know what she can do. She has the only goal for South Korea. The collegiate player holds it. Took the shot, it's blocked. She'll drop it back. Ji So-young trying to recognize the late breaking player, but could not. It's pushed back. Jung So-gi. Shot goal, and the offside flag goes up.
And South Korea really growing into the match in terms of understanding what the U.S. is giving them. They've looked the most dangerous when they've changed the point on this U.S. team. Did it there twice in that attack. And now you're seeing, if Kelly O'Hare is smart, she's sensing that Han Chae-in wants to line it up on her left. She's going to ultimately try to get it back on her favored left foot.
And in the middle, Lee So-dam, 15 in white, one of the second half subs. South Korea made 4 changes tonight. USA made a couple. Joined us late, the injury to Mallory Pugh. We're told it was a hamstring, left at the end of the first half. Hopefully that's not a serious one. We remember Rose Lavelle had a hamstring injury and it set her back several weeks.
And if my lip reading skills were any good, when she was laying there, it looked like she mouthed, "It popped," to her teammates.
Dahl Kemper, O'Hara for the U.S. A 3-1 lead. Rapinoe's goal gave them a little bit of an extra cushion on that penalty kick. Han Chae-in played it. Jung Chung. The ball was taken away by the U.S. and they look to counter with Mewis. Long for the Speedy Williams. Goalkeeper way off her line to make that play.
And I am surprised the U.S. has not been able to get in on more direct service like that. But the backline of South Korea is doing a nice job of reading it and dropping initially.
Park Cho-rong's pass up the left side off Han Chae-rin. O'Hara back for Del Kemper. Han Chae-rin bumped by O'Hara. She'll recover. Ji So-yeon. Sho So-yeon. Hard challenge from Ertz. O'Hara recovers. Going to the inside, the attempted pass, Morgan Rapinoe failed. And South Korea clears halfway line. The chest of Sauerbrunn. Ertz, her goal started it tonight. Right side O'Hara. Cutting towards the middle. Off the left foot. Up for Morgan. Could have been her second goal. That was well done by the U.S.
And in particular, Kelly O'Hara taking that ball out of the air with a soft touch and then curling that back post for Morgan, who did a nice job of not getting too tight on that defender, creating space for herself.
Foul was given there. With Ertz down. Free kick for the U.S.
And Hertz just shaking it off there. I've been impressed with South Korea's ability to hang physically with the U.S. They're getting involved in the challenges just as much.
Ji So-yeon pushing it forward. So down, Han Chae-rin. Park Cho-rong also there, but the offside flag is up. USA's ball, 58th minute, a 3-1 lead. Ertz, Morgan, Rapinoe are the U.S. goal scorers. Han Chae-rin, the lone tally for South Korea. Nair will push it. Del Kemper. Towards Rapinoe on the left sideline. Intercepted. South Korea back in the ball. Ji So-yeon. We saw that run by Han Chae-rin. Couldn't control it. Help was coming from Jong Chung. Ji So-yeon up the middle. It's blocked. She gets it back. Ji So-yeon with a strike off the crossbar. That was almost their second goal from distance. But she just showed you the skill level that we had talked about earlier.
And the awareness that they're not getting in all too often around the edge. They're not serving the box. And if you have this much space, let one fly. I mean, this does not miss by much. Just pings off that corner right there.
Short on the ball. That would have made things interesting had she scored from there. Ji So-yeon is the player that had that last attempt that went off the crossbar. Would have made it 3-2. Another quarter-inch off. O'Hara will take this corner. She'll send it for Rapinoe. That's right off the training ground. Didn't work the way they wanted it to. U.S. O'Hara. Well defended. Han Chae-rin on the left side. Broken up. Good job, Rapinoe. Oh, and she got nailed. Jong Chung may get booked. To get the May.
And a good decision by the referee. Not the right decision by O'Hara to dribble inside there when she had no cover, but Rapinoe does the work to get back. And it's not the first defender, but it's the second that comes in on that upper half of Megan Rapinoe.
I think they got the wrong player. I think that should have been Jong Chung that had the more aggressive foul. right now they're saying it's Han Chae-in. She was the goal scorer.
Nonetheless, here they go with a nice opportunity to bend this in behind that back line.
The U.S. recovers. Now the 3 subs, potential subs, head towards the 4th official. Han Chae-in played it forward, tries to recover it on her own. It comes back to Nair. All the way back, Park Cho-rung. Her international debut tonight. That's blocked. And out of play. Ruled a throw-in. Let's see who's coming out for the U.S. And also South Korea have another player coming in too.
Kelly O'Hara is livid with the referee for not calling that last challenge by South Korea on that 50-50 ball.
So Sun Hwaeun is coming in. Yu Younga has come out. Huerta's going to come in for short. That's one change. Dunn is going to come in for Rapinoe, looks like. Yep. And then Alex Morgan's coming out too. Replaced by Kristen Press. So Morgan finishes the day with a goal, making it now goals in 4 consecutive games. Here's Huerta. Let's see how the U.S. reconfigures things in terms of the back line. Ball played ahead. Horan looking. Oh, she cuts it back for Williams. Save made by Kung Gae.
And that's really the first we've seen of Lindsey Horan in this half, but a brilliant decision to cut that ball back. Lynn Williams has to do better there and put that one away. Looks like Kelly O'Hara will go to that left side, which puts Huerta on the right, in the right back slot. And then like for like with Press going up top in Morgan's spot and Dunn going out wide for Rapinoe.
Huerta on the ball. Looking across, and that one got away. She plays for Chicago in the NWSL. More of a midfielder there. Could be a right back option here.
Yeah, I mean, she plays midfield or even up top for Chicago, so right back is not her position in league. It's not something she played growing up. I mean, this is a massive learning curve for a player, but she has the pace, she has the fitness to run that flank. Now she has to bring an understanding of how to defensively play. We know she can. Even that last attempt wasn't a good example, but we know she can serve the box well. But it's going to be the defensive reading of the game and the 1v1 ability that will help her get onto this U.S. squad.
Just her second cap. Her mom is from the USA. Dad is from Mexico.
And let's not forget, she's going to be challenged by Han Chae-in today. Kelly O'Hara had her hands full with her.
There's that versatility, though, from O'Hara, able to switch sides like that. Inside the circle. Driven. Williams. Tackle away. South Korea looking to break. Han Chae-in at the halfway line, playing it to the middle. Now Ji So-yeon. Ji So-yeon getting more touches here in the second half, becoming more active with this team offensively. That's blocked. Could be trouble. Shot right at goal from Dunn. Playing now with Chelsea, a teammate of Ji So-yeon. Told us how great she was as a teammate. Said whatever way you think Ji So-yeon is going, she's going to go the opposite way on you.
Well, that's a great definition of a shifty player. Players just can sense their opponent's momentum, and it's a sixth sense that some players have and some don't. She has it, but Dunn on that last attack has to do better with that finish. She said one of the things she's improved upon overseas is composure in the final third. Well, that wasn't a glimpse at it.
Second hard foul Julie Ertz has suffered here in the second half.
And Ertz has been all over the pitch tonight, breaking up play and then settling her team when she does win it. Here she is intercepting the pass and then trying to solve pressure with that second and third touch, and then just gets crunched by two South Koreans.
Ertz goal started at 24th minute, her 12th international goal. So many of them have come off of headers, so many of them off of set pieces. Last touch by South Korea. It's a USA throw-in here in the 67th minute. A 3-1 lead. It's 2-1 at the end of the first half. Left off by Mewis. Switched over to the right side. Sofia Huerta. Doubled up there by South Korea. Was able to push it back. Ertz try to help out and then try to split two. Knocked out. She's down again. Tremendous work rate for her tonight over 67+ minutes.
And what I've been impressed with as well, JP, is her ability to transition from defense to offense so quickly.
Dunn tried to slip it through, played back to goal. That was a risky one, as was that collision with Huerta. It'll be a goal kick when play resumes, but it's Park Cho-rong who's down.
I know Jill Ellis said they want to move the ball quickly to avoid these 50-50 collisions, but both teams are throwing their bodies haphazardly into challenges.
South Korea's held their own too physically. They talked yesterday about the size advantage that the USA has had, but they matched them, I think, tonight.
And that's been the biggest surprise to me, I think, coming out of this first 68 minutes or so, is that they have been able to match the U.S. physically. They haven't backed out of challenges, and then they've composed themselves when they've tried to play out of the pressure the U.S. is putting them under.
You know that this coach, the way he talked to us yesterday as we look at this again, respects the USA. But I don't think there's a fear there with him or the players, and that's the difference. If you go into a game and you have too much respect for an opponent or you fear them, I think that's when you make mistakes. But I think they've come in here with respect, but not fear.
Such a good point, JP. And what I got from them was that they're confident in the way they want to approach a match, and that they know that as long as we stick to that, we can hold our heads up and be proud of our performance, regardless of the scoreline. So there's a confidence in the system that they understand and the system that they're trying to play and the way that they want to approach this match. And for players, that is uplifting. And
their full complement of 11 as Del Kemper plays it towards Sauerbrunn. Sauerbrunn and Mewis, the only two players that have started every game this season, this calendar year for the U.S. Sauerbrunn leads the team in minutes played. Tackled out. U.S. throw-in. Horan. Putting it up there. Press. Settles it. Taken away. U.S. recovers. Huerta. Cleared away by South Korea. Sauerbrunn turned it back upfield. The pass picked off. Ji So-young. Given away. Looked like they had the counter going. Jung Chong's pass. Ji So-young. Off Sodam. Taken away. Mewis. Huerta, too much of the ball, out for a throw-in. Tonight's telecast is sponsored by AT&T. Coming here tonight from the Superdome, home of the New Orleans Saints. We saw some of the Saints players, including Drew Brees, in the box next to us, enjoying the game. Here's Mewis. Press on the run. Kungae did well reading that play long before the danger. '72nd minute, U.S. with a 3-1 lead.
That last attack by the U.S. was a brilliant run by Kristen Press. She spun off her defender so well.
O'Hara, as the U.S. looks for more. Out for a USA throw-in. O'Hara will take it. Knocked away and knocked out by number 15, Ji Sun-mi. 5 subs made in the second half, 4 in the second half, 1 at the end of the first half by the South Koreans. Be another U.S. throw-in.
And I wouldn't say that the subs have really disrupted play from either side. The level has remained the same.
Cleared by Ji Sun-mi. Saddam's pass. Ji Soo-yeon pushing it to the back. Into the box of South Korea. Kungae's pass. Park Cho-rong did well to keep that ball in play and keep possession, but now forced into a turnover. Puerta, nice move, and then she got clipped. The referee's coming over.
And that's the point, JP. She did well to keep that in play and to try to play out of pressure, but at what cost? Sometimes you just have to play smart and launch that down the field and allow your team some breathing room and to reestablish defensive shape. Instead, she turns it over and then causes a foul that puts the U.S. in a prime spot to take advantage.
Park Cho-rong was just given a yellow card as well for that challenge. Second booking of the day against South Korea. 74th minute, 3-1, U.S. leading, looking to add to the lead on this free kick. Abby Dahlkemper will take it. When Lupino was in the game, she was taking all of the free kicks and corners.
And Ertz is at the back post to start on this one.
Dahlkemper drives it. That's it! Well, they knew it was coming, didn't they? Or was that Horan in the end? Lindsey Horan got it.
Well, that's the beauty of the threat of Julie Ertz. She starts at that back post and then vacates that spot, so she comes near, and that draws the attention of the South Koreans, leaving Horan wide open in the spot that Abby Dahlkemper delivers a perfect service to.
Off that corner. Press settles. A heavy touch. She'll try to push it forward. It's cleared away. Sauerbrunn calling everybody off. Tackled out by South Korea. Throw-in for the United States. Crystal Dunn. Dunn is just coming back off an ankle injury, so he's not played all that much for Chelsea. Got to play the UEFA Champions League match. Chelsea, they play in a 3-4-3. Here's press, and that's high and wide.
And not a bad effort by Press there to have a half chance look. But here's the service and the save by Kungae. I mean, Horan gets some good pace and redirection on that, but it's just right at Kungae. Tips that over the bar.
USA's ball, throw in far side. They get it in quickly. Press dropping it off. Done. Heavy touch goes out. Goal kick.
I think with the insertion of Kristen Press, you've seen a little more activity down the center of the park for the U.S., making those runs inside out into those channels.
Press has had another good year in the NWSL. 11 goals. Third consecutive year named to the NWSL Best 11. Headed forward by Dunn. Press. Launching it. Williams in the air. Second ball. Moran off the chest. It's still loose. Recovered Dunn can't get it. Press can! Missed the target.
Press is always looking for her shot. Even when that first ball came in, you can see her. She's just getting her head up, looking to see if the goalie's out of position. She ends up serving the box. And then on this one, when it bounces out to her, just a half chance, rough angle. Tries to half volley that, doesn't get it near.
Look who's coming in. Final sub, Carly Lloyd for Sam Mewis. We've not seen Carly in a while, had the ankle injury. She said for 3 weeks, she did nothing, but really had about a 9-week hiatus with that injury.
It's probably some mental and physical rest that she needed. But how about coming into this midfield? I mean, they are loaded in the center of the park, the U.S. that is.
So Lloyd comes in, her first action in a while with the U.S. Missed the last several games for the Houston Dash in the end. She had that injury. South Korea on the ball. Can they make this a tighter game? Foul the other way on the U.S. South Korea almost made it 3-2 when a shot by Ji So-yeon rang off the top of the crossbar. Be a free kick for South Korea when play resumes. '18 you're looking at. Sun Hwa-yeon is another one of those collegiate players. This is her second international appearance. Put up for grabs. Nair punched it out with authority. Got 2 fists to the ball. South Korea will win this one, and then it's taken away. Haran, press. Recovered by South Korea. Ji So-yeon. Shamgo. Park Cho-rung's pass. And that's knocked out. South Korea's ball. Park Cho-rung off the throw-in. Intended for Han Chae-rin. Park Cho-rung getting it back. Han Chae-rin tucking it inside. Lee So-dam. The ball stays in play. It's cleared away by Huerta.
South Korea are just staying with their game plan. I mean, they're still not throwing a ton of numbers forward, but they've been able to solve pressure and mount some attacks. That last set piece was well handled by Alyssa Nair. We've talked about the goalkeeper position, and that was one of the times that she hasn't maybe been so confident in the past. Coming off her line in traffic, deals with that well.
Dahlkemper against the pressure that time. Sun Hae-won. Huerta, good run. First touch, she recovered it, and now it's cleared out. But Huerta's down. Not for long.
And it's a good change of point. Just the heavy touch by Huerta. Ball gets away from her. Challenge ensues.
So the foul was given. Be a free kick here for Abby Dahlkemper.
She's been so good at these services all season long in the NWSL.
Puts one right towards the middle, headed down, saved and spilled, but then recovered. Lloyd got up there in the 82nd minute.
And another quality service from number 7, Dahlkemper. Lloyd just free at that back post, does what she needs to do, try to head it back down on frame. But if you're the U.S., you've got to follow every shot because Kongye is spilling a lot of these.
Offside goes up, the offside flag on South Korea. In the 82nd minute, USA with a 3-1 lead. over South Korea. Listener puts it back into play. First goal scored by Ertz, the last one by Rapinoe on that penalty kick. And after a while, Ali, where you were talking about the forwards not scoring goals, they are scoring now, starting to. Morgan especially. Press with a pass to Dunn. Lloyd. Crystal Dunn wide on the left side. Drawing two players. And it's going to be a goal kick.
And going back to that, JP, I mean, Alex Morgan told me just a few weeks ago that one of the reasons she thinks she's found for him in that final third is that she brought in her coach, her goal scoring coach, the one who helps her with her technique, and they were hitting more and more reps, 500 reps a week to get her back into form. They're working on shots, not just that far post shot, low to the ground, working on a variety and the ability to get it past the goalkeeper in positioning. And how many times have we seen her score near post? Those are some of the things that she's been working on, and it's coming to fruition for her.
Just keep it, Chris. Chris, you like me?
Done on it. Lee Un-mi checked in for Park Cho-rong. So South Korea made the last of their 6 subs. The U.S. have also made their 6.
And you'd think that would be planned by Young Duk Yao with the intention of getting the most players as much experience as they can in these 2 matches as they head into their Asian Cup.
I would think by and large he has liked the way his team has performed tonight. South Korea still playing their game. They're getting numbers forward. Ball played across. An opportunity wasted there.
But still threatening. I mean, only 2 players in the box, one hitting that near post gap, and you're getting service. I mean, this is one of the few times South Korea's gotten around the edge of the U.S. It's Kelly O'Hare in that instance, but that runner, Son Hwa-young, gets past the near post. Really hard ball, unless you're Julie Ertz, of course, to redirect on frame.
The 85th minute. Nair goes short to Huerta. Picked off. Then it was lost again by Ji So-yeon. Sauerbrunn towards that left side. O'Hara started the game at right back. Will finish it as the left back.
Just great expansive shape by the U.S. right now. Got players on both touch lines.
Dunn tried to trap it. Second try. Ball is knocked out by South Korea. It's a USA throw-in. Horan coming off that game-winning goal in the final for Portland. She was the game MVP. Huerta's touch collected. Williams playing it in. Lloyd was looking for it. Still looking. Williams also putting some pressure on. Williams takes it. That was a nice move. Just in the end, lost it. Good effort from Lynn Williams.
And what's been impressive about the U.S.'s attack is that when they get into these flank spaces, they're usually numbers down. You're seeing 3 South Koreans against perhaps 1 U.S. or 2 U.S. players, but the U.S. has been patient in figuring out how to solve those spaces. Really creating something out of nothing a lot of the time in their attack. Good variety.
Lloyd in the air, committing that foul. Good to see her back in action. 87th minute here. It's a 3-1 game. USA on top. Free kick coming up. Let's hear more about Carly Lloyd. Go downstairs to Jenny Taft.
Well, there is really no off button when it comes to Carli Lloyd. That's something that we've come to learn and love about her. But at the same time, she told us you got to take advantage of the time. And, you know, we joked with her, and Allie was standing there and said, hey, what about age? She said, I'm not going to bring it up, but I know that mentally I have to have the ability to take care of myself. And that's about the mental side of my game as well. And Carli Lloyd, there's really still no stopping. She knows when she wants to peak, and she knows that's a World Cup.
Wants to be there on top for those biggest games. She's only 3 goals away from 100 in her international career. A lot of those big goals came after the age of 30.
There's few athletes with the mental toughness that Carli Lloyd has. It's impressive.
Were not for the injury, hardly a break since 2015.
Minor knee injury along the way, I believe, that gave her a little glimpse at a break too, heading into the Olympics in 2016. But you're right. I mean, they have to force her to rest because she's not going to do it on her own volition.
Sauerbrun's pass to the left for O'Hara. Lindsey Horan back to O'Hara. Back for Sauerbrunn. To Del Kemper. Let's pass ahead. Williams blocked. Lloyd battles. Helps to win it for Williams. Tackled out by South Korea's Sun Hae-won. Quick throw in by Huerta. And press turn. Tough to do that time against 2. Another U.S. throw-in. Sofia Huerta. Horan. Sauerbrunn. Ertz. U.S. just keeping possession. Close to the end of this one with the U.S. leading 3-1. For Dunn, that's too long. Jean-Gaul lost it there. Quick shot block off Lloyd.
And there's been so many times tonight that I've watched Lindsey Horan, and she never seems rattled. 2-3 players try to close her down, and she's just very calm. And the way we talk about Ji So-yeon being shifty, it's Lindsey Horan has that ability. Just smooth on the ball, usually makes the right decisions. Really calm in the face of chaos.
4 minutes going to be added on here in stoppage time. USA with a 3-1 lead over South Korea. You know what else has impressed me about South Korea? They didn't get tired at all in this game. They're still running strong. I know they made the 6 subs, but so have the U.S. But fitness does not seem to be an issue for the South Koreans, even after that long flight.
Good point, and they're in the middle of their WK League season, so they will be fit, but no one usually matches the U.S. fitness, and they're doing that.
Sodam, 15 in white for South Korea, will push it to the right side. Almost done with the first minute of stoppage time as press turns, lays it off. Almost picked off. Instead, U.S. will push it wide. Right side of Williams. At the end line. He was looking for a precise pass, wasn't there. Sun Hae-won. Jean-Gaul. Driven long. Ji So-yeon tried to leave it. That's cleared away. Headed forward by Williams. Cut off there. Ji So-yeon's pass back. Kang Ga-ya. Lee Eun-mi. That's blocked. Recovered by South Korea. Nearly halfway through with stoppage time. Del Kemper. Look at this pressure here from South Korea. Defensive pressure.
Still going strong, but how about the U.S.'s ability to solve it? I mean, the composure between Becky Sauerbrunn, Dahlkemper, and Ertz to solve that pressure. Yes, it was maybe only 2 or 3 South Koreans bearing down, but they handled it and played out, got to that far side. That's a wrinkle that you just haven't seen out of the U.S. team a few years back.
Ertz. Williams. Oh, she almost got through.
And I think here's where you're seeing South Korea be a little more tired. They're just not getting as many players forward.
Lee Eun-mi's pass off target, almost taken away by Jung Go-ul. Instead, it is Crystal Dunn.
And we're past the 90th minute, and now the game is finally opened up. I mean, maybe we're talking about fitness, but the game's been played in a relative tight space. Yes, it's been sideline to sideline, but it hasn't been an up and back fixture.
Boyd trying to find press. Sun Hai-won. Ji So-yeon. Look at that switch. Just too heavy for Jung Go-ul. What do you think Jill Ellis is thinking about with their performance tonight?
I think she's thinking about Mallory Pugh right now with the look on her face.
With the hamstring injury, yeah.
But otherwise,
they've done well, right?
I think it's been a very strong performance for the U.S. coming off a long NWSL season. The tempo's been good. They've solved pressure well. They've had variety in attack. Defensively been secure.
Only beaten by that long-range shot from Han Chae-rin. Ball out. That's going to do it. Final whistles from Christina Unkel, and the USA has won their 5th consecutive game. On goals by Ertz, Morgan, and Rapinoe, the USA has defeated South Korea by the score of 3-1. Jenny and Leslie will come right back after the break. Put the wraps on this one from New Orleans.
Well, the United States gets it done against South Korea, and it was a 3-1 finish for the Americans. We have a special guest joining us now, Megan Rapinoe, and we appreciate you coming straight off the pitch to be with us tonight. And Jill Ellis highlighted the depth up front before the game. What do you make of the performance? You saw a goal from you, a goal from Alex Morgan and Julie Ertz.
Yeah, I mean, I think for the forwards, as long as we're scoring, we're doing our job. So, you know, take us off, and then you put Crystal and press, and whoever, you know, Lynn comes on, and we're pretty lucky in that sense.
3 games left to wrap up 2017. What are you guys still looking to build upon and achieve in these next games?
We need to understand the system a lot better, I think. Obviously, we've only played it for a short time, but I think we need to really kind of dig in and focus on that so we can move forward and be better in 2018.
And you've been a part of these cycles before, Megan, and we talked about you're a veteran on this team. Is anything surprised you about this particular group that's been a good thing, or maybe something you still want to focus on?
I mean, much the same. There's always the same expectation on this team. You're hungry, you're humble, you're looking to get after it. But I think this group really wants to learn and is really ready for that next challenge.
All right, well, it's exciting, a year away from World Cup qualifying. Megan, thank you for being here tonight. And for everyone watching tonight, for JP Telecamera, Allie Wagner, Leslie Osborne, our entire Fox Sports crew, thanks for being with us. Final score, United States 3, South Korea 1. Have a good night, everyone.